What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about the original Scream back in, I believe it was 1996. I just randomly watched this one. I don't know, this one wasn't really on my radar for this, I don't know, Halloween season. But, I've never really been a fan of the Scream series. I don't know if it's because, I remember watching, the first, second, and I believe I watched the original three when I was younger, and I was a little bit afraid of some parts here and there, but overall I feel like it was kind of tainted for me by the scary movie, uh, spoof comedy. I think it came out like 2000 or something like that, or 1999. So it's like kind of always had. I already knew this was kind of like a, it's like it's not taking itself too seriously, with like the rules to survive a scary movie, and it has like a decent bit of comedy injected into it. But I feel like it just kind of that comedy movie kind of tainted it for me a little bit as a kid. Could never really get past it, but I don't think I've really seen it since then. And I watched it the other night, and I thought it was actually pretty good. Um, I mean, like the meta jokes here and there, and the I don't know, just the comedy in general. I I mean, it was maybe a tad too much, but I thought it was good. It landed. The cast, like the actual like main cast is great. Like Matthew Lillard, you got Nev Campbell. I can't remember these two people's names, but they're really good in their roles. And then uh what the fuck? I can't I I've seen him in movies and in shows and stuff. I know his name, but I just can't think of it. It's Jamie something. But he's funny in it. Like they all Matthew, like they're all pretty. They have their moments of humor and stuff, but for being, I feel like I mean, fuck is what like about 30 years ago now. Like for being a bunch of young adults, kids, they do a pretty good job. I know they're older than high school students, but they pass off as it pretty well. Uh, just I don't know. I like again, I'm not really like the biggest fan of this franchise, but I thought this was a pretty solid horror movie. Like I know it. Just like the twist with Drew Barrymore being like the marketed as like the main, like the main character, like the final girl or whatever, and then she gets killed off in the first 15 minutes of the movie, and then you take like a pretty much like a no name, like you don't really know of her before this movie, at least. That I could be wrong, I don't know, but you take somebody that's not really like a recognized name, and then with this movie make her into one of the, obviously with the sequels it like builds up uh the reputation and stuff, but one of the best final girls in a slasher horror movie. Arguably, like I think there's a couple better ones, but you could argue that she's the best. It's just I don't know. I thought it's pretty good, and like it's directed by Wes Craven, so for the most part you can't go wrong there. He does have some movies I wouldn't recommend, but he's pretty solid, pretty good horror. Obviously he's a great horror uh, film director and just like master of his craft, but I feel like some of his I don't know some of his movies I don't really care for. Uh, anyways, like it's I don't know, just the fact that it's not really taking itself too seriously in the process. I feel like it excels, you know, like it has like this the whole vibe of the movie is just like fits with the I don't know, with the whole the meta part about like uh I don't know, like everyone's like obsessed with fucking horror films and this like every other line it's just like they're referencing their like Wes Craven or John Carpenter or like this horror movie or that horror movie. I don't know. I don't know. Being older, I feel like I could appreciate it a lot more. Uh, I definitely wouldn't put it as like one of my top horror movies, but it's definitely a really good one. I mean, there's some good gore in it. You got some good kills. I like it's pretty funny like watching Ghostface get the shit kicked out of him here and there by uh like uh Sydney and Gale. Like he gets his they get their licks in before the victims do before they ultimately meet their demise, but I thought it was I don't know. Like it added a little bit to it instead of just like, oh, some fucking big lugging monster or like character that just like invincible. And it also kind of I guess it maybe even like gives you little hints that these are spoilers like these are like teenagers portraying the killers and stuff because they're like I feel like grown men like actually like full grown men aren't gonna get their ass kicked by some fucking teenage girls. But in like just like the way there's hints throughout the entire movie how Billy and Stu are acting and stuff and like their answers and stuff that kind of give you like foreshadow that like hey when you rewatch like hey these are obviously the killers. uh but overall I just this is even though I don't hail it as like one of the greatest horror movies, I do think I do respect it. Like it did revamp. I'm pretty sure it, from what I've heard and read, like it revamped the horror genre and like slashers a bit in the 90s and like early 2000s. And I don't know, I don't know. It did spawn a pretty cool looking uh like what are they called? The like the I don't know, the franchise like killer or whatever, like the monster, like a horror icon or whatever. You have like Michael Myers, you have I don't think Ghostface is as good as like Jason or Michael Myers or like Freddy Krueger. But I put him in the same category as like Chucky. You got Ghostface. Uh Leatherface I'd probably put in the same category with those two. He's like borderline. He might be a little bit above into Jason and Freddy and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just all around. It's a very very solid horror movie. Like I'd say like horror comedy, but I'd say it obviously leans more into the horror. But it's like it's one that after rewatching it and it's been probably like 15 to fuck, probably even more than that. It might be like 20 years or more since I've seen this movie. It's I like it. I like it quite a bit. I'd see myself buying it. I I probably will check out at I don't know about the entire franchise. What I'll do or at least what I'm thinking about is I might like I'll watch the second one if that one is pretty solid, around the same ballpark of quality as the first one. Then I'll continue on to 3. That one's pretty good, I'll continue on the 4 and so on and so forth. I'll review them along the way. If they turn into absolute shit, I'll probably just stop after. You know what I mean? Like I'll probably just stop. But I don't know. Maybe not though, because I kind of have like a. I don't want to say like OCD, but like I have like a little. It annoys me when it's like. If I don't have it finished, so I probably will have to end up watching them all if I don't just watch this one. Um. Well, anyways, I probably give this movie like a. I give it like a solid 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty fucking good. It's. I don't really have too many issues with it. Like, I think the writing's pretty solid. Uh, like I forgot about, I mean, it's been 20 more plus years. Uh, I forgot about, like, the backstory of, like, Sidney Prescott's, like, mom, like, being murdered, raped and murdered and all that stuff before the movie starts, and then that's used as like motive for the dad, and like I forgot about all that. Like I don't know, there's I don't know, more to it than I remember. I mean, it is just like, I wouldn't say like just like I mean, yeah, it's just like a slasher movie, not like cookie cutter, but there's some details that I forgot that rewatching it kind of gave it more depth and more I don't know, gave it some more meat on the bones for me to like it. But yeah, I'd give it like an 8.5. I'd recommend it. I'll be checking out the. I mean, I know I've seen the second and the third one, but that was also like probably close to 20 years ago when I watched the first one, so it'll be cool to see how those are. I mean, it might be. I'll try to have them out within October, but there's a lot of like horror games and other movies and shows and stuff that I'm watching that I kind of want to post as well. So we'll see. But anyways, I'd give like an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you think it's dog shit, or if you think or if you think it's the greatest slasher or horror movie of all time. Or where you would rank Ghostface in the horror icons. Just leave some comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on our channels. And thanks for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.